What's up? We are live. Let's wait just a couple seconds and get some people to come in here. I am super excited for today. We are going to be going over how to use SEM Rush for competitive analysis, specifically for Google Ads. This is something that I found really interesting. Taylor B, thanks for joining. J717, thanks for joining. Not me, 246. Thank you so much for joining over here on Periscope. So before we jump too far into anything, I do have a couple announcements. Trek fan, thanks for joining. The first is, as always, we want to thank Streamyard so much for powering this. If you need to multi-stream and you want it to be branded and you just want it to look really clean, Streamyard's definitely your best options. And if you want to use Streamyard, let me know in the comments and I can get you a link for how to use that. DRM 124, sorry, got distracted trying to read your name. Thanks for joining. Greg, thanks for joining. Excited to see everyone here today. So Streamyard, thank you. So let's get into a little bit about what we are going to be looking at. So like I said, we are going to be using SEM Rush to do some ads analysis on our competitors. Now, I do have to tell you that SEM Rush did give me access to their Guru plan for free just to get some feedback. And so I figured I would share it with you guys as I was doing it. Why not, right? So let's just jump right into it. So this is what SEM Rush looks like. If you've ever used SEM Rush, you know, this is pretty standard, right? I will say when I first used SEM Rush, which was probably 5-ish years ago, at that time, they were focused specifically on SEO. And so everything was about organic traffic, backlink analysis, keyword tracking, all that stuff, right? But today, it is so much more than that. This is definitely one of my go-to tools when people are asking for an all-around digital marketing platform. Like, what should they invest in? This is definitely the one that I say. And if you didn't see last time I went live, which was 2 weeks ago, we used it for understanding your competition's social media strategy. And so today we're talking about Google Ads strategy. It's just mind-blowing, the things that we're going to look at today. So I'm going to go ahead and type in, again, this is going to be something that you're probably used to seeing. I just typed in mpix.com. So they are a Kansas-based like photo printing, like essentially like a Shutterfly, but local. It prints really fast. It's really high quality, what have you. I saw a lot of ads from them this Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So I'm interested just to see kind of what all they had going on, right? So if you have someone that you want us to look at, go ahead and drop those in the comments and I would be happy to, you know, look at someone else. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to go ahead and move forward with mpix. So as I said, you type in that domain right there and you'll see that it gives you their organic stuff, which is all the things that we're used to. However, now we can look at this paid traffic, right? And under paid traffic, we're able to see their top paid keywords, their paid position distribution, which is interesting, competitive positioning map, main paid competitors, and sample ads, right? Like all that alone is pretty impressive. But obviously, if you've ever used SEM Rush, you know that we're going to be able to go in far more detail. So I'm going to go into paid keywords. So let's say you are a competitor or you see mpix as your competitor. Well, we're now able to go into this advertising dashboard and we'll see all of the paid positions for the keywords that they're bidding on. And we see that there's print, mpix, their name, which isn't very surprising, prints, photo printing, mpix again, gallery wall, photo printing, right? So we have all of these. And it also has their position, the volume of searches, and this is over the last Oh, this is per month over the last 12 months. So a lot of these are very, very high. The average cost per click. So, you know, you might look at some of these lower cost per clicks here. And then traffic. So this is a to an analyzed domain. Oh, so this is traffic that they got from this keyword. The amount of estimated paid traffic driven to an analyzed domain with a given keyword over a specific period. So this is over a year. It looks like they've had 5,800 clicks from the paid keyword prints to their website, and they rank second for it. So that's really interesting, and it hasn't changed. They've always been second. I wonder who ranks first for that. Prints. Shutterfly. Yeah, I did some research before going into this too far, and I saw that Shutterfly is one of their big competitors. That's something we'll look at here in a second. So they rank second for that. So we have all of these keywords. It has, how many keywords are here? Almost 1,900 paid keywords here. These are the estimated traffic. You can see keywords over time. So it looks like in August, they really ramped up the total keywords that they were showing up for. Maybe they were bidding on. Not sure what they were doing in August. MPix. Let's take a gander here. August, right? Let's do June through September. MPix rewards. It looks like they were pushing MPix rewards. Documenting quarantine with a photo book. Interesting. Interesting idea. Donate 7,000 masks to PSU students. So this is where they're actually located, is Pittsburgh, Kansas. So it looks like they donated a bunch of masks to people in Pittsburgh. Interesting. So around that time, there were a lot more keywords that they were showing up for. It also gives you an estimation of their traffic costs. So remember, that's different than what, like, an estimated budget that they've spent, because traffic. So for instance, it says that it's $150 cost per click for their name. Now, because they are MPix, they've probably written halfway decent ads about themselves. You can assume that they're not having to spend $1.50 on every single click that they've gotten, because they are MPix, right? And you can see that they've always been in position one. What's interesting though, so as you can see here, I clicked on this keyword MPix, and you can see that it shows the URL that they're pointing people to for MPix, which is just their homepage. And then you can see their top two competitors. And so we have Simply to Impress and Mixbook. It's probably going to take a second to load because, yeah, so, and all of Simply to Impress's strategy, it looks like currently, is just bidding on other people's names. That is a very expensive strategy, if I do say so myself. Wowee, Vistaprint, Snapfish, Shutterfly, Snapfish. And what's interesting too, so all those go to cards. Oh, that's when they put their, okay. Tiny prints, Christmas cards. Very interesting. But actually, I just wanted to go to their website. Who are they? Who are you people? Simply to Impress. So we've got, they're just another print place. I'm trying to see. I mean, I guess this doesn't really matter, but Interested to see where they're based out of. Pacific time. They run in Pacific time. Huh. All right. Interesting. Anyways, so we can see that these are the top competitors for this keyword. Interesting. Again, then you have Mixbook there. And if we look at their paid keywords, it looks like they have a similar strategy here, except for it is a little bit more diversified. So they're not just comment or bidding on competitors' names. They're also bidding on, you know, some actual products that they offer. So we can see all these keywords here. Obviously, you know, this is very helpful for keyword research, not even just for paid, but also for SEO, obviously. But we can see where the majority, if I can change it to, oh, no, I don't want traffic percent. I don't want traffic percent. Okay. So if I change it to traffic, I can see where they've gotten the most traffic from. And it looks like prints is a big one, photo printing, gallery wall, and photo printing. So it looks like a lot of people are going to them for photo printing. Now, this tells you if you are going to be creating an ad group and you see MPix as one of your biggest competitors, you can see that people are most interested in using them for photo printing. And perhaps you should be working that into your strategy. Or, you know, if you want to go on the other side and you don't want to have to compete with them, maybe you focus on something that isn't printing. So I didn't realize that I could swipe over here. It looks like, so this is again that estimated cost of the traffic. Remember, this is going to be off a little bit because it's just assuming that they're paying that cost, that average cost per click, which isn't always going to be the case. You can see how much of their budget they spent on each of these keywords, competitive. So again, so we know that the majority of their keywords and where they're getting the most traffic is from these prints keywords, but the competition on these print words is like 100 out of 100. So those are really tough. Again, so if you were going, okay, how do we compete with MPix? And you see that they're getting the majority of their traffic to their prints pages and the prints related keywords. Well, you might want to compete with them on that. However, it's going to be a lot tougher because there's already so much competition for that keyword. So it might be worth saying, let's let them have prints unless you want to dump a whole bunch of money into that. And instead you focus on some of these lower keywords. So those are all competitor names. Let's see if we can find. This is a new one. Film developing. There you go. Film developing. Yeah, there's not a lot of competition for that. Certain names have low competition for them. Photo lab. Really interesting. So you can see that. And how many results show up for it. Again, that's probably why you see, you know, a competition of 1 out of 1 is because there are 7 billion results for the word prints. And you can see kind of the trend line, right? All this stuff, super interesting. So this is kind of picture blanket trends. I would say that right there. Let's see. September. Oh, that's their position. I was like, that's weird. That looks like February to me. That wouldn't be surprising. Then you know when you need to ramp up ad spend, when people are going to be looking up picture blankets all the time. Again, you see those top 5 competitors. They had the first position in August, and then they've dipped down since then. All right. So again, all that's cool, right? Kay Snyder, thanks for joining. But we can look at position changes. So again, what are the new keywords that they're starting to show up for? Is that something that we should potentially be looking into? And remember, you can track all of this for yourself too. We're just doing this as, as if they were our competitors for now, but you can see when they've gained, when they've lost. But again, I would probably look at these new keywords just because that's probably where you have the majority of opportunity. You can see where they've lost, improved, etc. Let's see here. But if we get into the cool stuff, so I'm going to skip competitors for a second because I really want to show you guys this. You can pull up the ad copy that they're using and what keywords they're using that ad copy for, what versions of that they're using. You can see the average position for each ad copy. I mean, when the last time it was seen was, and you can export all of this too. So if I exported this, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Joel, what's his name? Joel, Twitter, let's go to Twitter real quick. Because Joel, okay, this guy right here. So I saw him speak. He had like a 15 minute community slot at MozCon. The first year or the second year that I went. And he did this thing where he took all of his customer reviews and he put them into a word cloud. So you could see like what words resonated most with his audience. So like what were the number one reasons that they used the company and what were the number one reasons that they didn't like the other company. This just tells you what people value, right? So I'm going to export this, export all into Excel. Click yes. Okay. And you guys can't see this because it's not sharing this. Okay. Oh, crap. Now sorry, my computer's doing weird things. Okay, so I'm going to take the titles and descriptions of all these. Hold, please. It's going to take a second. Copy that. I'm going to go to word map generator. This is the same one I use every time. I do this for my clients too. Edit word list. Oopsies. Delete all of them. I want all of them to be deleted. New word cloud. Wizard. Okay, so these are all the words that they use. This is going to take a second, and what's going to happen is it's going to show me what the top words, wow, they used were. So sign, interesting. I don't know why sign is. Maybe it's sign in. Frame, 5, printing, close, fine, new, gifts. So you can see the most popular words that they use in their ad text, right? And so then you could take that and turn around and try and use it in your ads, right? But again, so you can see which ads are ranking for which keywords. So this only ranks 3rd for prints, which is kind of interesting. So let's see if we can find what's ranking first. Photo printing, this ranks 2nd. Print your photos online at InPix. Best quality photo prints. So they're playing off the quality here. So best quality and shipped in 24 hours. A little social proof, #1 photographer recommended. But this is the one that ranks for the most. So again, yeah, #1 photographer recommended print service. Order quality photo prints online at mpix.com. Best quality. So, okay. Let's see. So this is sorted currently by number of keywords that they're ranking for most to least. So we can see again what are they saying in these that we need to consider and take in when we create our ads, right? And it looks like they're really going off like the quality. They're focusing a lot on prints. Okay, I'm going to see what this sign thing is. Okay, maybe I'm not. I just want to know what that says. So again, we see all these keywords, what they rank for, when they were last seen again, which is really nice. So then you can see like a whole ad history for all of the keywords. So for photo printing here, we can see that they dropped down to second. I would imagine that's probably because somebody like totally ramped up their ad spend for Cyber Monday. And if you click on that, it will show me what keyword ranked, or not what keyword, sorry, what ad ranked second. So this was print your photos online at MPix. And again, I mean, don't overlook the page. Look at the landing page. What are they doing right away that's making people interact with them? What does it look like? So it looks like you get here. They show right away social proof, over 50,000 5-star reviews, world's best print. And then again, #1 photographer recommended print service. We know that they use that in their ad copy. They have all of the reviews right here. And then they go into a few of their things. A nice little coupon down here and up here. And then it tells you right away, order now. And has all of these prints in reviews down here. So, you know, take into consideration the landing page, take into consideration the wording that they're using, and what keywords they are. So they rank 4th for photo book. That's weird. I'd imagine, so, oh, they're sending people to a specific photo book. Specific photo? Let's just go to photo books. I don't know why they don't send them to this page. I mean, surely they've tested it. I don't know. But for photo books, they went from 2nd to 4th. They send people to that specific book page. Best quality photo books online, professional photo papers, and seamless lay flat binding. So what we could do is we could just go to this keyword and see who's showing up. So we can see that I'm trying to figure out how to read your at name, but I can't. Magill, thanks for joining. So we can see that in November, Mixbook was #1 for this, and their ad copy said, get inspired with award-winning photo books, book and album designs, customized stock, I don't know, and finishes. Create quality photo book. 19,000 5-star reviews. So Mixbook, and then who else? Shutterfly. That doesn't surprise me. Blurb, Motive. Interesting that they have so many people ranked as first. Unless that's not what that means. Maybe that means they only had one ad running. Weird. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, so we have the ads. that they're running. We looked at the landing pages that they're running or sending people to. But here's the cool thing. So this was all, that was all search ads. We can also look at if they're running shopping ads. We can look at what the SERP was that showed their shopping ads. So we can see that they're using this picture, the cute little girl. This is the same one, remember, that they're using on their landing page. So they see this picture, you click on it, and it takes them to the landing page. It's the same picture on their landing page. Super smart. Militia is here. What's up, Militia? Thanks so much for joining. Glad you were able to jump in today. So again, this is something that I haven't seen. I did not realize this actually until today. I knew that SEM Rush got into the paid ad spend game a while ago, but I did not realize that they were also taking shopping ads inventory and analyzing it. So we can see right here the paid product listing there. We can see what keywords they have paid product listings on. It looks like this is a newer feature because even at the level I have, I don't have access to all of the results, which is fine. But again, we can still see what keywords they have shopping ads running on, where they're sending people, what the price is. Holy cow, that blanket. These prices are insane. Price of a product promoted via Google Shopping. Photo album. Surely these can't be right. $159 to promote a photo album? I'm not convinced. Then we can see the competitors again, Canvas on the cheap, easy Canvas. So that's interesting. The competitors for these shopping ads are far different than the competitors of just the regular text ads. And then we can also see the copy and images that they are using for their shopping ads and how many keywords. Okay. View available data, please. Okay. And then you see the keywords that they're using, the photo that they're using, and this the copy that they're using as well. And again, you can export all of that. And then last but not least, I'm going to save display advertising for another day, but you can see where the average cost per click is the highest, where it's the lowest. And this is just, this is just for in general, it looks like, which is interesting. I didn't know that this existed. So we would change this to maybe home and garden. I don't know. It doesn't look like you can really narrow this down too much. But I could be wrong. Again, this is a brand new feature that I have not really looked at. So, but if you have SEM Rush or if you're thinking about it, definitely use the Google Shopping research. Do your research with, I'm just going to press this because it's here, with PPC as far as search ads. See what keywords they're using, what copy they're using, what pages they're sending people to, and what the search is, how much traffic are they actually getting from that, because that's good to know as well. Like if there are 37 billion searches for this, but only 1.7 million actually end in a click, is that really the best ratio? 1.5 million to 70,000. Those are things that you're absolutely going to want to consider as well. In the competition, how many results, how many people are you going to be competing with? All of this information is extremely useful when you are creating your PPC strategy. So I want to know Are Google Ads in your budget for 2021? I know there's been a lot of just a lot of conversation about how much of the market Google and Facebook and Amazon take when it comes to ad spend in the digital world. And I'm interested to know if marketers are actually going to be spending money with Google Ads and whether or not they're going to be spending as much money with Google Ads. Because, you know, the options on Google Ads have actually really increased a lot the last year, but they made a lot of changes to the ad platform and the amount of information you can get from it. So interested to hear what people's thoughts on Google Ads are moving forward. So any of those thoughts that you have, go ahead and drop those in the comments. While we're waiting for that, if you would like to support the show, there should be a comment in the comment section that has a link to my buy me a coffee page. So if you want to just donate, I guess, for me to buy coffee, because I actually spend that money on coffee and it keeps me running. And if you have any questions about analytics and you want somebody to help you walk through some sort of analytics stuff, I also sell some one-on-one coaching on that buy me a coffee page as well. All right, so it looks like Kay Snyder says, we'll definitely be running them. Will your budget be the same, more, or less next year? That's kind of what I'm interested in hearing. I think I have some clients, obviously, I mean, if you have a diverse audience, you know, some clients will be ramping up ad spend. Some people will be dialing it back. I think the majority of people are going to be using Google Ads. I am a little bit concerned, I'll be honest, about them getting rid of some of the search terms or some of the search term data and them restricting that. Not a huge fan of that, but I am interested in seeing how some of the new placements perform. And you know, some people just really can't do without Google Ads. So that's what's going to be interesting for me to see. More, I believe. We currently run, for example, one client does around $6,000 a month. Yeah, awesome. Well, I hope that you're able to use SEM Rush to kind of help that client out and, you know, help optimize that campaign. Curious about new discovery ads. Yeah, exactly. These are the kinds of things that I'm really interested in, because if discovery really continues to take off the way that Google's claiming that it is, it's very much like Pinterest. And if we take into consideration the amount of buying power that is on Pinterest, and we're able to move that onto a Google platform, I think that discovery ads could be extremely beneficial for a lot of people. So I'll be interested to see that as well. All right, guys. Well, I am going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for hanging out today. If you have any more questions, though, about SEM Rush or how to do any of this, go ahead and you can drop those in the comments, and I'll come back and I'll be answering these as they come in. So have a good day. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget, you're a beast.